Welcome back. This is Pastor Frank Demora. Today is October the 12th, 2023, and you're looking at the Last Chronicles of Planet Earth, a book that I wrote a long time ago, but I've been keeping it up to date as events show us that Bible prophecies are being fulfilled. I'll update this information in the book, so you'll have the latest information, but you'll also be able to see where we have come from in the past all the way to where we are right now. And this way you can see how prophecies have been fulfilled and the stepping stones leading to the prophecies that have not yet been fulfilled. So I have a note for you today. I put up for you some information concerning Hamas and the Israeli war against Hamas, who attacked them on October the 7th. Now I'm going to go over to my book because I'm going to show you what I already put in the book and what I'm putting in the book now, so that you can see, if you know the Bible, you're able to predict and to tell other people what to look for. And it will happen. And the reason why is because if you're familiar with what the Lord revealed to us, you'll know exactly what to say based on the scriptures. And we know everything that the Lord reveals to us in prophecy has to take place. Now, this is my book, page 413. And you'll see an article that I put up. This article was October the 8th, 2021. I knew what was going to happen, so I got this information from Israel 365 News. You see the headline: Watch Palestinians call for violence in response to court ruling Jews can pray on Temple Mount. Now, notice, if you will, this arrow, because it's talking about Hamas. And Hamas, back in October the 8th, 2021, as you can see here, a clear declaration of what? Of a war. Why? Very simply, because Jews were going up to the Temple Mount. They thought the ruling was going to be made so that it would change the status quo in the Temple Mount, because the Jews haven't been able to go up to the Temple Mount and pray like the Islamic people were able to do, or still are able to do. So back in 2021, if you knew the scriptures and if you were on watch like the Lord commanded us, you saw this article where Hamas is named in the Psalm 83 war as one of the many nations that border Israel that will come down on Israel, thinking that they can destroy the name of Israel. And so let me take you to May 4th, 2022. Hamas warns Israel playing with fire as Temple Mount groups plan Thursday visit. So again, the problem really is the Temple Mount area, and Hamas made it clear that back in 2021 they declared war. And so as the time went on, now we see that their declaration of the war, and I don't know why Israel didn't take this more serious, but they didn't, obviously. And here we go, October the 7th, war grips Israel, Gaza after Hamas attack and Israeli retaliation. Now, ever since I've been in the ministry, I've never charged anybody for anything. So if you just found my YouTube channel, please go over to my website. You'll see it again up here, BibleProphecyMan.com. You can download my book for free. It's the most, I believe, the most comprehensive look at where we were and where we are now in relation to events that are taking place, shaping what is in the Bible already written. Just click the link. You can download all of this information absolutely free. So why am I bringing you this type of news? Well, because in prophecy, we see that there's another war that has to be fought between Israel and Israel's enemies that border the nation of Israel. And you see here from 1 to 10. I've said this many times before, but for the new people who just found my YouTube channel, what I've done is show you the names of the Old Testament and who they are today. And you'll notice here in the Gaza Strip, guess what? Hamas, Philistina. It was old Philistine. So now we have seen, since the declaration of war, we've seen the Hamas attack, and we're seeing some activity now, shelling from Lebanon. And these are the nations that the Lord warned us about. And so there is that great possibility people like Hezbollah, who are even more powerful than Hamas in the north, in Lebanon, may join in on this attack against Israel. Now, if you know nothing about this prophecy, just go ahead and read it. And really all you need to know is when they talk about coming together as a confederacy. In other words, all of these nations, they're going to come up with this plan. And their plan is to go down together as a confederacy to wipe out Israel so that the name doesn't even remember anymore. If you saw any of the news when Hamas attacked the Jews, you know now that they dismembered babies. They cut off their heads. They shot and killed people at close range. They mutilated people. Things that a normal person could not even conceive of. And this is pure evil. And we are in a society now that has definitely fulfilled 2 Timothy chapter 3, where it says the following. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, and we are seeing those perilous times. For men should be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and obviously these Hamas Islamic terrorists are unholy, without natural affection. You just cannot dismember a baby like that and have love in your heart without natural affection. Truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, trady, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having the form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. So here we are in these last days, exactly what Timothy wrote about, and we're dealing with these type of people, the characteristics outlined there in chapter 3 of 2 Timothy. Now, I know most of the prophecy sites are just contained right now about the war that's going on. But the Lord told us to keep on the watch, not just for wars and rumors of wars, which we are seeing, but he also told us that in these last days, like in Luke 21:11 and Matthew chapter 24, verse 7, that there were going to be great earthquakes and many earthquakes in diverse places, and that just means in many, many places around the world. So I know that if you have been on the watch, you know this, but in case you haven't been on the watch, which you should be, there has been a rash of earthquakes, and all of these quakes, by the way, are registered in my book going back to like 15 years. So you could see each year the amount of earthquakes that we have noticed each year. And the year 2023 is a year filled with some significant earthquakes. These are large earthquakes. 6.3, 6.3. You'll see this is from the USGS. I didn't make this up. 6.9. You'll see where they are, like Papua New Guinea. 6.7 again. Afghanistan just the other day had a 5.9. 6.3 Afghanistan, a rash of earthquakes there. And you just scroll down, you'll see these huge earthquakes. Japan, Philippines, Morocco. And the list just goes on and on. I'll just scroll through and you could stop your video and you could see all the ones that are listed here. Now in my book, I put all the ones that are at least a 6 on the Richter scale. You see a rash of them here. 7.2 that hit Alaska in the United States. Mexico 6.3, 6.6. And it just goes on. Tonga, the Gulf of California, 7-2 again in Tonga. Philippines, Japan, New Zealand. So I'll let you go and watch the rest of them. You could stop, and here's another one. Loyalty Islands, 7-1. Huge earthquake, 7-7. Geez, it's, if you're watching these events, you'll know that what the Lord revealed to us is taking place. And you can trust Jesus when he said these things are going to happen. As a matter of fact, just like I warned what was going to happen to Hamas, I'm going to warn you again. We're going to see some massive earthquakes, and they're going to start coming quicker. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because that's what the Lord told us. As a woman in birth pangs, and that just means that the birth pangs, as they increase, so are all of these signs. Look, we're very, very close to major prophecies being fulfilled. And you really, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Savior, now, from my heart, now is the time to get close with Jesus Christ. Our generation has gone from a generation that used to have morals to a wicked and evil generation.